Hi folks, welcome back to Hanbleceya Ranch. My name is Jason. So as you could probably guess, we are going to be doing some cutting today. Primarily, all of that cutting is going to be along our unmaintained road that leads into our homestead. Over the last 4 winters, I've had to consistently deal with limbs and trees falling over during the winter time and blocking our road. In previous videos, you've seen me perform maintenance on our unmaintained road by cutting branches and cutting small trees off the side. Well, on this strip of road here, we're going to be cutting back about 10 feet off of the road. I don't want to have any issues for the next few years. And the only way to do that is just to get rid of all these trees. Now, a couple of things are going to happen. Number one, we're going to get a lot of firewood out of this, which is what we need right now because we do have enough for this season, but I've got to start cutting and stacking for next season. And so that's where a lot of this wood is going to end up going. Additionally, there are other trees here that we don't want to cut. For instance, we've got a nice pretty elm here that we like. We're not going to be cutting that down. We have a nice big maple here that we won't be cutting down because we do want to tap that at some point. So we're going to be leaving that one there. But for the most part, anything else that you see within 10 feet of that road, that's coming down today. Well, not all of it today, but we're going to try to get as far as we can. It's nice and chilly this morning. It's about 7:30, and I think it's right around mid-40s. So my hands are a little cold, but I've got everything I need. So let's get started. First step to this was to knock down all the grass. The next step is I'm going to walk through with my clippers. And I'm going to try to clip all the small stuff. And then we're going to follow up with the chainsaw, start knocking these trees down. All right, so it's looking pretty good. But then again, we did just get started. But this area here is looking good. We're going to knock those down right there. And then this is cedar that we took 2 years ago. And I'm going to just cut this up a little bit more. And then we're going to hit that tree right there. And then keep going down the line. All right, so let's get back to cutting. Oh, and by the way, yes, I do have some safety equipment. So I am wearing these today just because I am having to climb over and stuff. I just want to make sure I'm as safe as possible. I'm not wearing a helmet because, well, I don't need one. I kind of know the wood area line here. It's not that I'm being complacent. It's that I'm being smart and I am being conscious about what I'm cutting, and that's part of it, right? You can wear all the safety equipment you want, but if you're just being dumb and you're just going out there cutting willy-nilly and you don't know what's above you, well, that's just dumb then, right? And the safety equipment isn't going to help you. So being smart about what you're cutting, where you're cutting, and what's above you is just as important as making sure you have the right safety equipment on. So that said, let's get back to cutting. This is a prime example of being smart when you're cutting in the woods. So this tree here is leaning towards the camera. I want it to go that way. So I could do one of two things. I could move my gear and go ahead and just cut it the way it's leaning, or I can use a wedge and try to get it that way. I'm gonna do the easiest possible thing, and that is just follow it the way that it's leaning. So give me a second, I'm gonna move my gear, and we're gonna follow it right towards the camera. After taking a closer look at this tree, this is actually a poplar tree. It's not a maple tree. Definitely not ideal for burning as firewood. However, the old timers used to call this poor man's firewood because even though it's considered a hardwood, it burns like a softwood. It doesn't have a lot of BTUs. It doesn't burn for a long time. It's a really nice tree, and I just hate to see it go to waste. So we're going to go ahead and take this tree. We're going to go ahead and get it cut up. We'll get her split and get it put into the back of the woodshed, mix it up with some hardwoods. So the tree I just cut down is a Beb's willow tree. That is a terrible firewood because it has a high concentration of sap. So that is not really something that I am going to want to burn. So we're just going to cut this up, push it off into the woods. I don't know about you guys, but boy, I'm getting whooped. This is exhausting, but it's good work. Good work. I got a lot of progress, and it's not even lunchtime yet. It has been a long, exhausting day, but we got all the way to the culvert. Yep, there she is in all her muck. You know, earlier this summer, this was actually completely dry. It's crazy because I'd never seen it that low, but like most swamps, it didn't take long to fill it back up. So here's the output. Got a little bit of water coming out, not much, just a little bit. But here's what we've gotten done. That whole strip from here as far as you can see. And I feel it, every single tree we dropped. That is gonna do it for me today. I'm pooped. I will come back tomorrow and we're gonna keep cutting right down there. And then a couple of days, we'll come back and we'll pick up all our piles of firewood, cedar logs, posts, and all the other material we've left. So, but for now, I'm calling it a day. Head in, have some dinner, go to bed. Day 2. All right, so we are going to attack these 3 trees here first, get those out of the way, clean up along this edge here. All right, so after a few hours of cutting back and taking care of a bunch of small stuff, it's time to start dropping some more trees. I didn't want to bore you folks with me cutting back all of the small stuff because it was just really time consuming, kind of a pain in the ass. But now that I've got this area all cleared out, I'm gonna go back. Now we can start taking some of these larger trees down, get them bucked up and pushed off into the woods. It's important to remember the whole reason we started this project, to make sure that during the winter time, when we get big snow, that these trees are far enough from the road to help mitigate any blowdowns across the road. It really is a pain in the ass when I have to leave at 4 in the morning and I gotta take my chainsaw with me because I can't get through. So pushing the tree line back off of the road, it's how we fix that. It's how we mitigate that risk. Where are you off to?
I got an egg
Oh yeah? All right, well, let's not hold you up. Whoa.
That's an egg.
Look at that. That's nice, babe.
Yep.
All right, see you later.
Gotta go meet a happy customer.
I've done a whole playlist, a number of different videos talking about life on an unmaintained road. Now, do we have to do this? I mean, does Jen and I have to do this? All the work and the maintenance we're doing? Well, no, we don't. But because we live here, we have to use this road. We do it. It doesn't mean that we own the road. It doesn't mean that we have some higher claim than anybody else who uses it. All that means is that Jen and I are taking the time out of our schedule and out of our life to maintain this road so that her and I can use it. The added benefit for the public is that they get to enjoy it as well. If we just let it go to crap, let the side banks overgrow, let the trees overgrow, well, eventually this road isn't going to be a road anymore. It's going to be more of a trail. And that's not the way that Jen and I foresaw us living back here, was off of a trail. So maintaining this road is just another part of that whole process of living off grid here in Maine. Because living on an unmaintained road certainly has its benefits. But as you can see, you also got to put the work in. All right, so I am done for the day. About 4 o'clock. It's been a short day, but man, I'm exhausted. And I learned a long time ago that when I get tired, I stop working. There's plenty to do in the cabin. So tomorrow we're gonna attack all of this. There is a lot of trees that needs to come down on this side of the road. A lot more than what was on this side of the road. Probably because this was maintained by the previous owner of our property. But yeah, there's a lot of trees that need to come down. Like literally all of this here. Oh boy, that is a lot. But hey, I enjoy it, and I'll cut what I can tomorrow, buck up what we can. The other thing we're doing tomorrow is we're going to go ahead and pick up all of this. We're going to cut these up, and we're going to go get them stacked over in a woodshed. So I don't know exactly how much I'm going to get done over here on the road, but we'll get everything that we've got cut, bucked, stacked, and then, you know, we'll just keep cutting as, you know, every day until I get this whole section of road here cleared off. Make it look nice, make it look safe, have it be safe for the winter, and it'll buy me quite a few years before I have to start cutting it back again. So, all right, I'm heading back to the cabin. We'll see you in just a moment. It is a new day, a beautiful day. We are heading over to the shop. I got to sharpen my saws. We're going to get the truck, and we're going to go buck up that firewood that we have on the road. We're going to get that brought over here and get that road cleaned up before we start cutting anymore. And it's not that I believe anybody would have sticky fingers, but I also don't want to just leave it there too, you know. So we're going to pick up what we've got down there. But before I do that, I got to sharpen these saws because these saws are not sharp anymore. You know, this Harbor Freight saw, boy, I'll tell you, man, this thing just makes sharpening my chains so much faster, so much easier. saw's done. We're gonna get the other saw done, and then we'll get out of here. All right, so we are down here on the road. We've got the truck, and we've got piles of wood along the road. So now all I got to do is we got to buck this up and get it in the truck and get it over to the woodshed. Someone had made a comment in one of my last videos about using chompers, cutters, instead of the chainsaw for some of the small stuff. And they talked about the fact that it uses gas. Well, it does use fuel, but here's the thing. Like, we're at about a half a gallon of gas right now, and this started out as a full gallon when we started this project. So yes, the chainsaw does consume gas, and yes, for some of the smaller branches, the cutters would work. But honestly, this thing doesn't use a lot of gas when we're talking about the whole project. So I don't mind using the chainsaw to save time instead of the cutters. Well, our day got cut short because it started raining. Not really hard, but enough to persuade us from wanting to do any more because we are tired. Jen busted her chops today. I'm exhausted. But let me show you how much wood we cut in those 2 days that we've been able to get over here. All right, so here's the first pile. Not bad. Oh, and we got all of that needs to be split. Not a bad pile. And then we got all this that we already stacked up. So that was one truckload, and this is the second truckload. I am pretty stoked. Now that's all green wood, and it's going to be sitting for the next year. We'll be using that for next winter. So we're not done with this project. We still got a lot more cutting to do and a lot more wood we're going to be collecting for firewood. So stay tuned till tomorrow. All right, folks, we are back for another day of cutting. Let's see how far we can get today. So I didn't do any filming today other than saying hi, predominantly because, well, I got to get this done. So I got a lot done. I'm not done, but I got a lot done today. So let's take a look and see what we got. So today we started here. All of this is new. This is all new firewood for us. So we cleaned up all of this. Keep walking here. Sorry if the wind is causing a problem. It is windy today. It's cold. Now we're gonna leave these two cedars for another day because I'm gonna do something with those, but I don't want to store them right now. So not too bad for a day's work. A couple of these are gonna go tomorrow. That's gonna go. That small one there. That one we're gonna leave. And then we're gonna get into this mess. And we're almost done. We are almost done, guys. I'm so happy. I should be done tomorrow getting it cut up. Once I finish that side, I got a little bit on this side we're gonna cut up. get it away from the road. This bunch right here. So yeah, I'm gonna clean up, head to the house. See you in a brief moment, or it'll be tomorrow, and we're gonna get this finished. Hey folks, so we got a change in plans. But before we get into that, let me show you what we're doing. I am out at the grill, and we are grilling some beautiful steaks for dinner. And it is cold, and the weather has kind of taken a turn. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, so I'm not going to get out to the road. And unfortunately, I've got some other things I got to do. So we're going to call it a day with the road. Now, I am going to have to get back out on the road and get all those logs cut and bucked and stacked, but that's going to have to be in a couple of days after the weather's changed. So I appreciate you folks sticking around and watching this video and watching me out on the road. You know, maintaining an unmaintained road is hard work. It is tough, but it's just part of the lifestyle out here. So hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you folks on the next video. Out here at Hanbleceya Ranch, we live off the land. Slow mornings, hard work, and handmade everything.
Every blanket, every pumpkin, every little creation, it all starts here, right on our homestead.
We don't mass produce, we handcraft. Each piece carries the story of Maine's changing seasons, made with care, made to last.
So if you love cozy things that feel real, visit HanbleceyaRanch.com.
From our homestead to your home, thanks for supporting Handmade.